north. Yeah. Well, yeah, we went to the east a little bit. It's kind of weird. There's a little bit of weird though to it. Yeah. Oh, for that one section where we do a completely different song in there before, I wouldn't even mind more color. More color. Swirls. Big swirlies. Simply swirlies.
Malice in one hand, brushes in the other.
Yeah, exactly. And then just be ready to come back in on that down.
My triangle scraper out for that one.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, lots of color during that section. And Gary, that's for you too. During that one part where we go into a completely different song in the middle of the song, and then after the talk song, I wouldn't mind just even more miscellaneous color from the percussion. Just like all sorts of stuff. Like cymbally, shakery things.
Jingles and jangles.
Jingles and or jangles. Yeah.
Try to play along.
Yeah, feel it out. Yep.
I still got these dinky little sleigh bells back here from Christmas.
No sleigh bells. Too much color.
That's where we draw the line.
Alright, let's play some bossa. Hey, good morning, CSL. My name's Jake, that's Yuri, that's James, that's Joe, and we're the band today, and I'm really excited for our guest artist today, as I always am, every single time she's here. Please give it up for my random coughs for the day. Please give it up for LaVon Hardison.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Yes, I'm glad to see you live and faces and folks who are at home. Good morning. We're glad to see you too. All right. We're going to talk about being alive. Alive in the spirit of God. Right now, it's kind of hard to feel that way. But we can stay there. We can live there in that spirit. I am alive in the spirit of God. I am alive in the spirit of God. I am alive in the spirit of God. I am alive, y'all, alive in the spirit of God.
I do. And you know what? What's being alive? What does it mean to you? What do you have? Oh, you're not awake this morning. Joy. All right. Joy. I think we should have some joy on today. What do you think? I think being alive gives me joy because I have so many beautiful people around me. I have such a great, amazing support system. I have beautiful trees that are just popping out some buds right now. I have some beautiful bees that are flying around. I got some beautiful birds chirping around me. And I have those, and I have all of the smiles and the love and the support of this community and beyond. Because you know what? To be alive means recognizing the joys that we have, that we take for granted every day. Did you say thank you for that warm shower you might have had this morning? Did you say thank you for either that beautiful bus that drove you this morning or maybe those beautiful feet that you're walking on? Or did you say thank you for that amazing car that you have? I did, that's for sure. I got a brand new one. And so that's the question today is, are you feeling that? Are you recognizing that? Are you willing to say, you know what? God created that, and I'm going to start paying attention to that joy, to that aliveness, to that feeling tone that's here for me because I deserve that, because I'm here to be a part of this amazing, brilliant creation called life. And so I know that in this prayer, in this spoken word, in this song, that I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. And it kind of works itself up inside of me, and it starts feeling a new groove, starts awakening me to the passion of life, where I've forgotten, where I've been asleep, where I have been maybe shocked. I just tune into that alive feeling. And I allow that alive feeling to bring back my joy, to bring back my peace, to bring back my love, to bring back all that inherent wisdom that's within me. And I know that within me, it feels good, and it allows me to see and speak freely and fluently in this language of God that is a language about seeing you, seeing me, seeing what we can create creatively together in this amazing life called God. This life that is God's life, that is my life, that is your life, right here, right now, feeling the groove, feeling this place, feeling this moment, because there is no other.
And I'm supposed to follow that. Yes, I can. You know, I've just recently found that saying, yes, I can, is a really powerful statement. And it actually falls right in with what Abigail just was singing, and LaVon and the band, and all of y'all were singing along with. It's basically, I can. And we do that here at the Center for Spiritual Living. Today we're doing a lot of I can online because some folks might have missed that little thing about setting your clock forward. So we'll have a whole lot more people at second service today, usually. It's kind of things you learn in ministerial school. By the way, I'm Reverend Don. My pronouns are he and him, and I am just rolling off of what's happened already this morning. I could put this on repeat and probably have a pretty good day. So here in the Center for Spiritual Living, we are all about community. We want to create a space where we come together in expression of our joy, of our challenges, our love, and our laughter, who we are showing up in our own unique way. And I often say, and I've been told, that anything worth doing is worth doing with support. We do that part here as well. We offer support so that as you choose to do life, you have over 60 practitioners willing to support you in celebration and in challenge, to know the truth that is all about the ancient wisdom we teach of bringing spirituality into our lives every day, every moment, and knowing that we are always one with Spirit. That's our foundation. Now, for you who might not yet have decided, I invite you to try connecting. Connection is part of community. We do that a lot of ways here in person. You can get practitioners. They're easy to find. They've got purple stoles. You can find the ministers. You can find friends. Make friends here. We have food and fellowship downstairs after services, in between. All places to get to know each other and to make friends and to become connected in community. We have prayer support here all the time, 24/7, online, phone call, and then here on Sundays in person. And we invite you to take advantage as well as online. There'll be a link for an online in-person prayer support. So we really are grateful for you being here this morning, participating in community, losing that hour and still being here on time. You will be blessed. God knows it. We know it. And with that, LaVon, how about singing some more?
Last night when I was getting ready for bed, my husband's like, you know, it's 11:30. I'm like, ah. Let's just say 5:15 was really early this morning. The cats were like, we're ready to be fed now. This is great. Early brunch. What are you called to be? What are you called to be right now? I am called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I'm called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I'm called to be a giver of abundance I receive. I'm called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I'm called to be everything I'm called to be. To nurture family, you are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you see. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living set the broken-hearted free. We are called to be forgiveness where pain has run so deep. We are called to be compassion, the wind beneath each other's feet. We're called to be communion, only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be. Called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see. For the love and all the beauty that's deep inside of you and me. I am the living God, and you are one with me. We're called to be. We're called to be. We're called to be. We're called to be the healers, to be the sensible, to be the humorous, to be the strong, to be the presence, to be the music, to be the nowness, to be the present. We're called to be. We're called to be. We're called to be. We're called to be.
Can I give this to you, Don? I have too many words up here for me to have all that other stuff, so. So I'm not claiming that this will be the last time on the stage, but it is the last time that I'm going to be on the stage in this capacity as your assistant minister. And if you didn't know that, it was announced last Sunday. I have put my resignation in. And it was my choice. Don't worry, Kathy Ann's not kicking me out. It was all me. And it was a really hard choice. I just want to make this very clear. This is probably one of the hardest choices I've ever had to make in my life, because of how much I love all of you. And I can see you in person, and for those of you online, I see you too. You know, we've said several times that 2/3 of our community is online. People don't realize that we have 3 different feeds for online, and people online might be like, oh my God, there's only 5 people on Facebook, or there's only, 50 people on YouTube, but once you add it all up, it's like 200 people are watching First Service. So hi, everybody all online. We love you. And I love all of you who are here in person. And there's this thing that vision can call you into an even higher level of evolution. And I've been doing a lot of visioning lately. And in the visioning, it's called me to take a leap. I don't know if you've read the book, The Big Leap. I highly encourage it. But if you read that book, it's like there's a point where you're in a world of good, but there can be a next level of great. And I'm being called to take a leap into that possibility. And what that means is I have to put my whole self into it. And it's incredibly scary, I will say that. But at the same time, it's very exciting. And I'm also grieving. It's very weird. It's all of these human emotions coming up. My goodness. And I just want you to know that I'm still going to be here. Like, I'm not leaving the Pacific Northwest. I'm going to be here. And the relationships we've created are relationships that will last. As a matter of fact, I personally purchased all the hearts. So if you came in, you got yourself a heart rock. That's from my money. If you are online, come to second service. But actually, for the next 2 weeks, we'll have them downstairs as well by the table, where I've asked people to write prayers and cards for me that I can take with me on my next adventure. But I'll have that on the table so that way, if you aren't here in person, you can come and you can still pick up a heart. And I picked these heart rocks because it's a physical metaphor of our journey together. You know, these rocks came from everywhere. They probably were in mountains and deserts all over the planet. And their original form was not in a heart shape. They probably endured different changes and transformations on their journey. And eventually they made it into this shape. And it was through pressure and challenges and maybe grinding and rubbing that allowed this shape to come into being. But that's the journey. And in our journey together, I want you to know that this is a stand from me to you for our unbreakable resilience together. This is a symbol of the potential of our continuous transformation. This is a tangible reminder of our interconnected journey. That's why I wanted to give you something physical that you could take home with you. And I'm sorry about those of you who are online. I'm here. You get my energetic representation of it. But I invite you to hold your rock during our time together and take it with you as a personal talisman of possibility. Because I'm taking a stand for possibility. I'm taking a stand for the idea that even though one chapter closes, that doesn't mean that the whole book is written. That means that we're just on our next adventure. And I think it's really important to recognize that, the Lakota tradition, stones are the wisdom keepers. They're the oldest living beings on this planet, according to the Lakota Native Americans. And they contain thousands of years of wisdom. And so we can hold them and have a tangible feeling of that wisdom. In the Buddhist tradition, stones represent steadfastness and strength. And in Kabbalistic teaching, stones symbolize the transformation of potential into manifestation. I wanted to give you that because there's so much going on right now in my life, in our community, in our country, in the world. And we have this monthly theme, which is about stories. And it's really important, the stories that we're going to tell, and the stories that we tell about our past and about our future. It's really important for us to get clear on what the story is because it changes how we behave. Because stories shape our reality. Last week, Kathy Ann talked about TV in the early days. She said, okay, there was cowboys and there was Indians, and who were the good guys and who were the bad guys? Because there was a story written about the Native Americans, the Indians who are on this land being the bad guys, and the cowboys being the good guys. There's stories being told at all times about, who the good guys are and the bad guys are. And I want to invite you to be like Rumi and know that there's a field outside of right and wrong or good and bad, and that's where we need to meet each other. And we also need to pay attention to the stories that we tell. I know that the stories of the cowboys and Indians have been rewritten because I've been aware of the fact that this land that we're on is native land. It's indigenous land. And unless you were a descendant of any of the tribes that were originally on this land, then you're an immigrant. That's me. I'm an immigrant. I do not have any Native American history in my blood. I have family that comes from Poland and Germany and Ireland, and that's kind of what makes America great, is the fact that we are here together in all of our different heritages with a dream that potentially we could come together and make it work. And I actually believe that that is still a possibility. I think about Harriet Tubman. She is one of my biggest heroes. Now, I don't know what it was like to be alive during her time, but I'm sure it was pretty sucky for her. It was pretty bad. And she had a dream that maybe it's possible for humans to not enslave each other, and that there could be freedom for those who are enslaved. And she took action in alignment with that truth because she knew it was possible. Now, for the slaves who were on the plantations, maybe they forgot, or maybe they did know it was possible, but they didn't know how. They didn't know there was a Harriet Tubman out there who knew how to get things done and make it happen. But don't you think that's where we're at right now, that we're in a place of unlimited potentiality and possibility, and maybe we don't know how things can unfold, but we have to align in a collective belief of possibility. Because if we give up on our dreams, then we say they're not possible. By giving up on them, we make them not happen. By believing in our dreams, by creating what we would love, by saying what we would love, by acting in alignment with what we would love, we're actually in the act of creating that very possibility. And unless we're doing those actions that are in alignment with what we would love, then we are giving up on the possibility. So we're at choice point. What would we choose? What would we love? So the question is, what story are we writing? Are we writing a story of resilience? Are we writing a story of possibility? Are we writing a story of co-creation? Or are we writing a story of that's not possible? I'm writing a story that it's possible for me to leave this full-time, beautifully paid job, and that it is possible for me to be fully supported by the universe, and I don't know how. But I will ask you all to pray for me. Because I do know that God knows how, and I believe in a God of unlimited possibility, and I'm willing to walk my talk in alignment with that truth. But I have to say I've done it before. This isn't the first time. I was working a full-time job at Stanford University, and I had started a center called Center for Spiritual Living Peninsula in Redwood City. And I had the full-time job, and then I was trying to do all the beautiful things that were coming with ministry that I loved so much, and I was doing my job, and it was just kind of getting into a place of it was uncomfortable. And I thought, if I don't take a leap and try this ministry thing out full-time, I'll never know. I'll never know. And plus, I won't be walking my talk. And I want to walk my talk. I want to be in a place where when I say something, I am in alignment with that truth. I want to be in integrity with that. And so I'm doing it again. And yeah, it comes with a little bit of kind of like, Have you ever gotten on a roller coaster and you know you're going to be okay? And you're going up the roller coaster and this is what happens to me, I'm just saying. Things start getting really kind of oh my God, why did I do this? Why am I doing this? And you kind of hear the over. Then there comes this moment, and I don't know why they do this. It's they pause at the very top. It's just and then all of a sudden it's whee! And I am a screamer. I just want you to know that. I will scream the whole time, and then I'll do it again. Because there's actually a very thin line between fear and excitement. And so I tell myself sometimes when I'm afraid, I'm you know what? Maybe I'm not afraid, maybe I'm just excited. Maybe those little butterflies are just the place where I need to be to go forward into that next thing. And to feel it and still take actions that are in alignment with that. I love this teaching because, Ernest Holmes, he wrote Science on Mind textbook in 1926. It was a long time ago. It was almost 100 years ago when he wrote the original Science of Mind textbook. And for those of you who are new to this community, Science of Mind is kind of it's not our Bible, but it is a textbook that we refer to a lot because this amazing man, he studied all of the religions, and then he studied science, and he studied psychology, and he studied philosophy. And he was wait, there's something that is the same with all of these things. And then he wrote a book about it. And I've read that book. It's a hard read, by the way. For those of you who are new, don't just pick up the Science of Mind textbook and just be I'm just going to read this, I mean, you can, but it's like reading a 100-year-old book. It's a little bit different. He does have books that are way newer, like this thing called You, or this thing called Life. Those are much better. But the cool thing about this is he was talking about science. He loves how science is just us discovering how God works. And he said, oh my gosh, we're going to have so much science, we're going to have so much, we're going to evolve so much that we're going to understand that the mystics and the scientists are speaking the same language, but that's happening. The mystics and the quantum physicists are speaking the same language. The quantum physicists are talking about how everything's interconnected, how there's this quantum field and something can happen on one side of this planet, and if they're entangled together, something is entangled with this one thing, that on the other side of the planet, an instantaneous effect can happen. And I'm well, that just describes prayer. We've been saying prayer works, and I can pray for somebody on the other side of the planet, and it can work instantaneously. And we're all connected, and so every time I evolve in myself, I affect everybody. That includes self-care. So resilience is in the quantum field of possibility. Because when things are falling apart, when marginalized communities might be facing unprecedented challenges, quantum physics has a radical framework for showing how we can have collective power. Imagine societal transformation as a field of possibilities. And the more people who align with these possibilities, the more that it collapses reality into that possibility. But we have to be willing. We have to be willing to see it, to feel it, to know it, and to act in alignment with it. That's what quantum physics is your consciousness actually affects reality. So collective consciousness actually affects the larger reality. Whatever's happening right now is an effect of the consciousness of everybody in the past. It's all a result. But the beautiful thing is we're at choice point right now. We're at creation place. We're at the place where we can say and speak to and dream up what we would love. And that's individual and that's collective. And I encourage you to think of it in all of those aspects, because whatever you're doing for yourself, you're also affecting the collective. And it's really important to know that we're so interconnected. And every conscious action, every intentional thought, every moment of compassionate act creates ripples of possibility of that thing. Think about the civil rights movement. Think about the fall of apartheid. Think about these times in history where things were looking really, really bad. Where people had lost the idea that we're here to care for each other. And yet, there was a collective group of people who had a different idea of possibility. And because of that collective movement of action, it has created waves in the world. See, your awareness is not separate from the change that you're seeking. As a matter of fact, the change that you're seeking is a part of who you are. And you are here to participate in the co-creation of it. I kind of think that's why we were born in this time-space reality, is because we all chose it. I know that's kind of painful to say, at least for me. And it's really easy to go into victim mode. Like, I didn't choose for my stepmom to die in November. I didn't choose for, whatever to happen out in the world. I didn't choose for this, but on some level, something in the collective consciousness is a part of me, is created so I could bring out the fullness of who I am and what I came to bring to this life at this time. And each and every one of you is implanted, I want to say, with a seed of possibility of who you could truly be. And there's something in you that is about your own individual calling, but that also contributes to the collective beneficial effect of humanity. And I don't want you to discount what that is. You don't need to be, like Martin Luther King. You don't need to be that. Some people are making changes by being a babysitter because they're showing the kids what love looks like. Or maybe a parent. Maybe it's a mentor or a coach, or you're involved in an organization that is helping people see that they are a place where possibility happens. Maybe you're a cook. Maybe you're showing how the beauty of food can enhance the joyful experience of life, because I would not put joy down. I would not put joy down, because joy is our inherent birthright, just like freedom and love. It is our inherent birthright. And if there is a sense of joy, if you're in a room where there is a sense of joy, I truly believe you're doing God's work. So stopping and smelling the roses, having a wonderful conversation with somebody who's a clerk at a grocery store, all of it is part of it. Every single thing is part of the unfolding of who we came here to be. And in that, I will say it's a little bit messy because we have all the emotions too. But I can have joy and grief at the same time. It's all possible. Joy is like a God quality. Joy, grace, love, freedom. Those are all God qualities. Those are all inherent in each and every one of us. Nobody can take that away. And our emotions are part of why we were born physical. least that's what I think. Because I wanted to feel all the feelings, and boy, do I. And can I be whole, perfect, and complete in that too? And the answer is yes. God, I wish I wrote all this stuff down for next service. Let me go to my talk. Wow. I just want to say, though, that doesn't mean ignoring what's going on in the world. It doesn't mean ignoring. But can you stay informed without being consumed by fear? Can you have a vision of justice? Can you believe in this idea of freedom? And can you even grasp onto what Centers for Spiritual Living vision is, which is a world that works for everyone? Now, I certainly do not know how that's possible. But I can say the more I learn about different cultures, different people, different things that are not me, I get a broader understanding of the beauty of life. And it also opens me up to new ways of seeing things. I encourage you to take strategic and compassionate action in alignment with your dreams. And also, this is really key, understand that your inner state directly influences your outer state, that self-care is key. I know 100 of us ministers have said, remember on the airplane where they say you don't put the kid's mask on first, you put your own mask on first, and then you put the kid's mask on? That is really important. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to help anybody else. It's just like, I can't get sick enough to help sick people. But I can be healthy, and I can. A lot of people think you have to be in that state in order to be a participatory help. I can't get poor enough to help poor people. But if I'm thriving and affluent, I can actually make a difference with my money. So question where you're coming from and recognize that if you are in a place where you can be a generous giver in this world, then you may have come here to be that very thing. And if you're stirred and if you're upset, maybe there's something in that for you. Because change is not an ending. Although change does cause grief. And change is just a new chapter. And even when we're in the midst of transition, it might feel like loss. But really, we might just be making a space for something greater. A greater good to come into form. A place of possibility. Kali, in the Hindu tradition, she represents destruction. And she's pretty, I'm just going to say badass. She's pretty badass. She's got she's got all of these swords and stuff, and then she's got a necklace full, or what's that, belt with hands and arms and a necklace of heads and stuff. I mean, it's pretty ooh. But you know what she does? She clears the path. She tears everything down so new creation can happen. And in the Hindu tradition, they don't look at that as a bad thing. They're this is what happens, is things have to be torn down or changed in order for the newness to emerge. So if things are changing, and Kali is coming through. And the beautiful thing I love about Kali is she is the remover of obstacles. If there are obstacles in your way, she is the one who removes those obstacles. And when she removes the obstacles, the way is made clear for creation. So, where are you in your state? What kind of story are you talking about? What if the changes in your life, the changes in this community, the changes in this country were not endings but fertile ground for new beginnings? Would you be willing to participate in the collective story of creation? Because we're the light bearers. We're the light workers. We're the ones who are here to shine the light of possibility. And where others have forgotten their truth, we're here to reignite them with that truth. We're the candles in the darkness, the fireflies, the stars. We're the place where things, if they seem bleak, we're like, this is the place of possibility. This is the place of creation. And so know that this week, I want to charge you to bring light where there is darkness. I want to encourage you to be the place of possibility. And if you have lost yourself, I want you to go back and do some radical self-care until you can remember who you are. Because we deserve love, we deserve joy, we deserve freedom, and we are the ones to be that truth at this time in this place. So I hope you will join me in this. Thank you for coming. I'm really grateful you're here. Blessed be. Thank you. Let's pray. Can I have a little bit of grooviness behind me when I pray? I don't even know what that looks like, but whatever it does, whatever Jake does, I love it. So, yeah. I know that this life can have challenges, it can have crazy things happen, but within it, there is that infinite possibility, the infinite potential that God is the great creator and is willing to be the place where I show up. And I show up with love, and I show up with joy, and I show up with peace, and I show up with freedom, because I know that this is a place where I deserve to be. And it is not in a physical place, it's wherever I'm at. And so wherever I'm at, I claim and know that God shows off and shows up in and through and around me, that guides me to the right and perfect people and places and circumstances so that I can be free to be the fullest, freest expression of me that I came here to be. And I know and claim that as I create ripples of possibility for myself, that ripples of possibility of love come to me, come through me, and I get to touch my community with that truth. And I know that without a doubt, my community is free. It is for me. It is with me. It is around me. And I see it and I feel it. And just like the dragonfly, I fly, and I fly. I fly with that unlimited freedom, going up through the muck and through the water and through the crap and all of that. There comes a moment when I just say, it's time to be free, and it's time to be fully me. And as I claim that for myself, I claim that for each and every person who's hearing these words all around the world, knowing that we are, I don't know what a flock of dragonflies is, but that's who we are. I claim it, I know it, I see it, I am it, I be it, right here, right now. And so it is. Yeah, thank you.
So Reverend Abigail was talking about vision. That sight that's not dependent on our eyeballs, but that sight that's here. Be thou my vision, sweet guide of my heart. Grant me true wisdom and let fear depart. Your light in me shineth through doubt's vain alarm. Decide and do better is the soul's greatest bond. Riches I need not, nor man's empty praise. Warriors of love, now forever you raise, to speak true to the mighty, no matter who hears, until that golden morning when justice appears. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in that place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. When all simplicity is gained, to bow and to bear we shan't be ashamed, but to turn will be our delight, and in turning will come out right. Be thou my wisdom and my perfect word. Guide us in peace, let us walk undeterred, and let our thought rest in the place we must go. For true love means progress, 'tis the natural flow. And let our thought rest in the place we must go. For true love means progress, 'tis the natural flow.
All right, I have a couple of announcements for you. First of all, I just want to remind you that after the announcements, we'll be having our community love offering opportunity, and these are all the different ways that you can give. So it takes sometimes people to write things or put things in the text thing, and so there you go. There's a precursor to what's coming up. I wanted to say that we have a lot of spiritual support going on in this community. So if you are needing spiritual support, we are here for you. Well, not just we, not just me, but like a lot of people. The theme this year is We Are Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise in 2025. So if you're not feeling healthy, wealthy, and wise, this is the opportunity to do your spiritual work. Because when I am in challenging times, I up my spiritual practice. And so I encourage you to do so as well. The first thing is that Kathy Ann is doing a spiritual spa next Wednesday, March 19th, and she's doing a spring equinox eve celebration to welcome the arrival of spring. So if you are interested in putting your personal intentions for spring, this is a great time for celebration and renewal. In addition, we have classes coming up. So first of all, we have this really cool class called Wisdom of the World Religions and Science of Mind series. So maybe you went to the Wisdom of the World Religions series in the past, but this time it's really going to focus on what is that religion and how does it relate to science of mind? How does it relate to our teaching? We have some amazing speakers. We've got our beloved Imam Jamal Rahman, who's going to be one of the teachers. We also have Reverend Dr. Edward Filyoun, and we have Reverend Jerry Hudson. So you can purchase the whole package, or you can take one class at a time, but you get a discount if you purchase the whole package. And there's another class coming up that I am still teaching, which is the affirmative prayer class, the art and science of spiritual mind treatment. I will be teaching that online. I will no longer be your assistant minister, and yet I will still be teaching this class. So, yay! You can still take it with me. And if you like to pray, or maybe you don't like to pray, I love to pray. And if you're interested and curious about that, then please sign up for the class on affirmative prayer, because I'll teach you some really easy steps to make it profound in your life. Because really, I pray every single day, and it has shifted, lifted, gifted my life. And if you want that to happen to you, I encourage you to take this class. In addition, you have a class coming up. You want to say something? Yeah.
Yeah, hi everybody. Reverend Patrick and I will be teaching a class together. It's called Your Prayers, Your Poem, Your Voice, Giving Silence a Place to Express. And we had a great time last year creating poetry, listening to poetry, writing, reflecting. And this class, we're going to slow down, listen deeply. There's so much going on, giving people space to slow down and really share through the silence, poetry and reflection. And you'll be writing, and also we'll be doing some talk and might do some singing too. So that's happening March 26th to April 9th, 6:30 to 8:30, and it is in person only. And even if you say, oh, I'm not a poet, I don't write, come.
You're not a poet until you start. Everybody has to start somewhere. So, yeah. In addition, we have CBEC, which is our New Thought community camp, open to everybody, everywhere. It's an intergenerational, it is a family retreat. Many communities come together. And if you want to hang out with some really awesome people, I would encourage you to sign up now, because space is limited and you get to reserve your space, first come, first serve, on the best rooms. So if you want a really awesome room, I would encourage you to register now, as soon as possible. We do have affordable pricing for family experiences, and there's also scholarships available, so please do not be limited by finances. Please know that we are here to support you, and CBEC is awesome. You do education, you do classes, you do workshops, you do crafts. You could do nothing. You could sit and watch deer and be in a rocking chair all day long and just be happy. So whatever your thrill is, and I would encourage you to be there in love, in nature, and in community, because that's how you get to know each other also at a deep level. And then I wanted to say the last announcement is that the final Gourmets for God is happening soon, And our host recruitment activities are ending today. So it's the last day to sign up. So if you want to do a Gourmets for God event, which is basically saying, hey, I want to host a fun event at my house or maybe in the park or someplace cool, and I want to provide food, and I want other people to bid for it and then come with me and for this center to be supported because of it, today is your last day. So I will say, I'm doing an event with Deborah Peters. Who else is doing an event? Raise your hand if you're doing an event. You too can be one of these hands. I'm doing a murder mystery dinner, by the way, in July, huh? I know, just a little teaser. Also, I do want to say Sister Spirit is coming up. If you haven't registered for Sister Spirit, go to sisterspiritretreat.org. We would love to have you. We probably have like 8 spots left. So if you're thinking about it, sign up. All right, so now it is time for gifts, tithes, and offerings. I would love to invite Kenny to come up with the offering basket. We have Karen Schiller up here who is blessing all of you, the community, the offering basket, all of you, no matter what. She's here to just say thank you and to be a blessing. And whatever your intention is to give, know that this community is supported by each other. Like really, we're the ones, we co-create this together. So if you want this community to continue on with its magnificent support systems and messages, then I please encourage you to make a gift today. So whatever that gift is, if you could just hold it on your heart and know with me that we are never separate, that we are a part of this unfolding in the universe, that we are here to co-create love in reality on this planet. And it is happening in and through each and every one of us, and that these gifts are representations of it. They are a blessing for both the giver and the receiver, which is all of us. And for that, I'm grateful, and so it is. So feel free to come up, put it in the offering basket, and do a little dance.
Fake me out. Hi, I'm Sarah Lauren. I'm a licensed practitioner here. My pronouns are she and her. I'm so glad you are here today to hear what you are called to hear what you are called to be, and to challenge the story that you are telling. And I invite you to join the practitioners here and online. Kim is online. Jeff will be in prayer circle over here. Marjorie is in the back to receive your prayers. Because prayer is the best way to change your story and to step into who you are called to be. If you will please join me in a deep breath. I simply give thanks for this time together, knowing that each person here is blessed and a blessing as we create the vibrations that we choose, that we put good into the world and that good comes back to us, pressed down, multiplied, and flowing over as we express the goodness of God, which is the truth of each and every one of us. I know that this week is an expression of that truth, an expression of the joy and the love that we are because God is. And so it is.
All right, everybody, it's time for the closing sing-along. I extra need all y'all's help today. We're going to do the same song as the choir did last week, and
Spoiler alert, you are now the choir. Thank you so much. The words are, I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. Let's go lay down some of that disco. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. Sing it again. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. Sing it again, go high. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. Do it again. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I spread my peace, I spread my peace, I spread my peace into the world. I spread my peace, I spread my peace into the world. I spread my peace, I spread my peace, I spread my peace into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy,